Welcome back, family. Today, you're going to join me on my first foodie vlog where I eat my way through the streets of Turkey. Coming from a state that harbors one of the country's food capitals, I can honestly admit that I have pretty good judgment when it comes to tasty, flavorful foods. Let's start with my first choice, Marmara. All of these options were locally recommended and will be ranked from highest to lowest. The fish wraps come dressed with caramelized onions, peppers, lettuce, shredded carrots, and also it has pomegranate seeds as well, topped with some secret seasonings and sauces. I rate this a 10 out of 10. This was very refreshing, not overly seasoned, and the flavor combo just worked. Next up is Hidden Garden. This restaurant had lots of options to choose from. I went with the grilled meatballs as my entree, the stuffed grape leaves as my appetizer, and I had a lemonade to drink. My waiter also brought out complimentary bread and some other things, and the customer service was really good here. I went and dined solo and had no problem, just a wonderful experience all around. I wasn't sure what to make of the food presentation. There was tortillas laying on top of my meatballs, and also there was french fries used as garnish, so it was a little odd. However, the food was really good, so I would give this a 9.5 out of 10. Next, we are heading to Pudding Shop. This is a good place to duck off if you're visiting the Hagia Sophia or the Blue Mosque. It's very centrally located and pretty busy, so I can't say much about the customer service. However, this lamb was delicious and the rice as well. I give it a solid 9 out of 10. Now you know you cannot visit Turkey without trying baklava. It is dessert time. So this spot was so aesthetically cute, very fancy, and it is baklava heaven. And there are so many dessert options here, you can literally get lost in it. They also had a really nice top floor, so I ended up going up there to dine. It wasn't super busy at the time, which is always a good thing. So I ended up getting me some baklava and some ice cream. And if you want some really fresh baklava outside of the bazaars, this one is definitely a stop you need to make. So overall, I give this a 9 out of 10. Now, if you're looking for a cute little cafe that has some traditional Turkish treats, look no further than this. I tried what is called a börek. It reminded me of a puff pastry with cheese melted inside. It was pretty solid as a grab-and-go option. And I also tried the salad. The salad looked a lot like horchata, but it tasted nothing like it. The consistency was similar to melted ice cream, but it wasn't as sweet as melted ice cream. It had its own unique flavor, so it was okay. I wouldn't buy it again, but I definitely go back for the börek. Let me just take a quick moment to give Turkey their flowers for their awesome tea culture. I stayed hydrated my entire visit, so shout out to the locals. Moving on to another delicious dessert option. Ice cream. So one thing I like to do anytime I travel to a foreign country, I have to try the ice cream. The ice cream here is very unique. Its combination of ingredients prevents it from melting right away, and it's a bit chewy in consistency, but in a good way. Let's move on to some more street food spots. I tried the stuffed mussels here. The inside was filled with a seasoned rice, which reminded me of like the Turkish version of a jambalaya or a Spanish paella. And these mussels were colder than I expected. In my opinion, they would have been so much more tasty if they were served hot. Here, he's demonstrating how you actually eat these, and I would roughly give it a 7 out of 10. It lacked a little bit of flavor for me. I thought it would be a little bit more seasoned, but it wasn't bad at all. Next, we're hitting up Altenbacher. This is like a traditional Turkish pizza that is made with minced meats inside, veggies, and herbs, and you fill it with vegetables and roll it up, which is very different than a traditional American pizza. It seemed to be a lot more healthy, but I'd have to say I do love my American pizzas, my Italian pizzas, way more than I like this, so I would give it a solid 6.5. Next up is Fat Boy's Restaurant. For the appetizer, I had the pakanga pastries, which were very good but kind of on the greasy side. And I tried one of their more popular dishes called the chicken pottery. It also came with sides and it tasted like a regular mild flavored soup. Not the best, but just okay. Presentation was really cute though. They cook it in these pottery bowls. However, I do rate this a 6 out of 10 just because of the lack of flavor. You gotta try Turkish Delight if you visit Turkey. So this is given Lion Witch in the Wardrobe vibes when Edwin was obsessed with Turkish Delight. So I'm not a huge fan of candy, so especially with sticky candy like this. I did try many flavors. I do recommend the rose flavor, but ultimately I rate this a 5 out of 10. Now we're getting lower and lower on the ranking scale. I tried lamb intestines, which was very much out of my comfort zone. So I tasted this sub. It tasted a lot like liver. I wasn't a fan of that because I don't like liver. The seasonings just didn't work. The flavor was not good. So I would give this a 3.5 out of 10. Next was Zerdali's Cafe and Restaurant. So I tried another pizza and it was just average. So I wasn't a big fan of it. It lacked flavor for me. I literally had to drench my pizza in salsa in order to enjoy it. And I did try this twice just to make sure I didn't get a bad batch, but I just ended up disappointed 2 times, unfortunately. Last but not least, my biggest mistake was only eating breakfast at the hotels and airport lounges when I was in Turkey, and it was highly disappointing. Would not recommend it. My itinerary was very fast paced, so it was really hard for me to just kind of slow down and find good places. So I have to rank the breakfast a 2 out of 10. I definitely love recommendations, so when I come back, I can have a better experience with that. So if you know any good breakfast restaurants in Turkey, please drop them below so I can give them a try. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are loving these turkey vlogs, I do have more. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next vlog.